Saxon Advanced Mathematics, Lesson 4. Welcome to Midnight Math. You guys, I am experimenting with some lighting so that I can record lessons at night, which is a great option for me because you know I stay up late. One of my daughters teaches English online to Chinese students through a program called VIP Kid, and she teaches at night because that's their daytime, right? So she has some lighting, which I am borrowing from her to see if that illuminates my page. I'm looking for feedback from you on how well you can see this. So when I talk to you, probably on Friday, which I'll remind you about at the end of class, when I check in with you, I'm going to be asking you for feedback on how the lighting worked and whether you could see the page well. I have a feeling I might need two because this one sends good light this way, but I think I need another one to go this way. Lesson 4. You guys are going to love me so much when I explain this to you. The topic of Lesson 4 is construction. This falls within the topic of geometry, and what we are supposed to be doing in this lesson is using a compass and a straight edge to practice copying line segments, copying angles, bisecting lines, constructing triangles. There are quite a few different things that we could be doing. But here's the problem that I have. In order to really do this work well, the typical student compasses that are available to buy are woefully inadequate because they are made of cheap plastic, and the clamps that they use to hold the pencil in place, and then the device up here that you can use to lock the compass into a certain measurement are cheap, and they don't work well, you guys, and all it does is make students frustrated. I had nightmares trying to do this when I was a student because the equipment just failed. And I have the good fortune, a relative, doesn't really matter who, but I have relatives who were professional draftsmen who used really nice compasses. And when I saw what they used, they're like fine metal instruments that can be precisely set and locked so that all of these measurements stay exactly the same. I thought, this is ridiculous. We are trying to use these cheap plastic compasses to do this work, and it's no wonder everyone hates it. So we're not going to do construction, you guys. It's a lost art anyway. No one is doing this in real life anymore. I'm sorry to say, it's all just kind of cast on the heap of historical skills that have not come forward. All I want you to know is that it is possible to take a device like this and a device like this and copy and create very precise geometric constructs. You can kind of get an idea. You make all these little marks and measure it from different ways. But we're not going to do that. So when you get to the problem set, you will find problems like this. Construct a segment congruent to AB. We're not going to do it. Skip it. Construct an angle which is congruent to PQR. We're not going to do it. There's 5 problems right there. 3 of them are odd. So I just knocked 3 problems off your homework. And we're also not continuing to not do the concept review problems, which are here. I think you can see, right? So, that's making your life easy. So, no construction problems. If I had access to those really nice compasses and could provide them to you, then I would say let's do this because it's actually kind of fun. It's not all that difficult. It's kind of fun if you get the knack of it, but it is silly to frustrate ourselves by using inadequate equipment. So go ahead and do the homework for lesson 14. Skip. Let's see, it's 7 through 11 in this lesson. And then you'll have to be on the lookout for those problems in future lessons, and you just skip them. And what I would do is, like, when you get to problem 7, so that the person who's reviewing your work, just write construction, skip. All right? And then when you get to those concept review problems, like at 29, just write concept review problem, skip. Something like that, all right? So that that person knows you didn't forget to do the problem, you just have instructions not to do it, all right? So that's lesson 4. Are you happy? So go ahead and do the problem set as you would. Let's see, we're still on, yes, you'll want to do, here. This page, let me just check and make sure I'm in frame. There. So lesson 4, you'll continue to do the odds and the evens. Skip, I'll write it again. Skip the construction. And the other thing I want to remind you to do is that we're having our first check-in on Friday. I want you to call me on FaceTime at some time between noon and 3 p.m. If you absolutely cannot get 15 minutes to talk to me in here, then message me ahead of time and let me know so that we can reschedule something. I'll need 15 minutes of your time max. I'm going to chat with you. I'm going to ask you how the light worked for you. I'm going to ask you how your homework's going. I'm going to give you one problem from the homework that we've already covered for you to work right then and there. We'll correct it. See if you had any problems, make sure you understand if you did anything wrong, and then I will say goodbye, and that will be the end of it. Okay, so I will talk to you on Friday. I'm looking forward to it. Goodbye.